Here we go, everybody. It's a new Survivor season.
We're getting it going. We're going straight into it. Here we go.
Straight
Bing,
into
bang,
it.
boom.
No chaser.
Straight, no chaser.
Yeah, there's a new Survivor season on the horizon here. Survivor Tocantins, the Brazilian Highlands. All right. So previously we just finished up Gabon. A week ago we did our full season review and rankings of the season. And we're here. We're going right into it. Survivor every week on the channel. If you're new, I'm a big Survivor fan. I've seen all the seasons, and I'm taking my friend here, Alec, through them from the beginning. We joined together for Borneo, and have come all the way through 17 seasons. And now we currently watch every episode each week, and there's reaction highlights. You can watch us watching the episode together and then discussing afterwards. All right, so it's a fun time. Join us. There's a playlist in the channel with all the Survivor seasons. Or if you go to zacharcher.net/survivor, you can pick whatever season you want and go from there. All right, how are you feeling about Tocantins?
I mean, I've never even heard of it until now. But apparently it's in Brazil. Brazil is a very large country, so that it's hard for me to know everything about Brazil. But hey, pretty cool, pretty neat name, Tocanchin.
Yeah, it looks like it's Tocantins, but
yeah, Tocanchins. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's always exciting to start a new season. I don't really remember any like specific gimmicks that he mentioned. Normally, they like preview some gimmicks or something for the season, but he didn't really say a whole lot. He just said that's where we're going, the Brazilian Highlands. They showed some glamour shots of it, and it looks cool.
Yeah.
So
I mean, how you feeling?
Well, up in the mountains is fun. I mean, we got Gabon had its savannas and some maybe not complete mountains, but it is plateaus of some sort, and it was an very interesting, beautiful terrain. Highlands is interesting. It's that kind of gives like China vibes because China was up in the mountains in that one, so that's exciting because it's always sort of fun to have interesting or more unique vistas. So and I'd like to see them try to play into it as much as they did in Gabon. That was kind of amazing how well they used the terrain to sort of for challenges and everything. So good stuff.
Yeah, so Gabon brought us a very unique energy. So coming into this season, we'll see.
Yeah, you can say that again. Yeah,
we'll see where we go from here.
Yeah,
but
I'm hoping as much fun as a small diversion was in Gabon. I do hope we'll maybe a little bit more back to some certain norms of Survivor.
Serious.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you can't be too serious though. It's obviously it's gonna be really hard to tell from the first episode, but
we'll see.
We'll see what twists lie in wait.
As always,
you can go.
As always, you can click the link in the description to see the highlights of our reaction and come back afterwards for the discussion. Alec will give out an MVP for every episode for whatever reason it may be. All right. All right, there you have it. So Carolina voted out.
Carolina.
How are we feeling about it? How do we feel about the premiere of Survivor Tocantins?
It was interesting. It was interesting. It was a Q. It was pretty by the numbers, but it was a good introductory. I actually like that a few things. I liked a few things here. I like it's kind of back to predetermined tribes. It's back to that. We have a fun little twist at the beginning where they decide to vote. They're voting somebody, and they're not really told why, but they're basically told to vote the weakest people. And then each tribe, the tribes Jelapau and Timbira, vote for Sandy and Sierra respectively. Sandy because she's old, Sierra because she's ill, or she's not pulling her weight or something, and she then is like, yeah, I'm sick. Like I've got strep throat and I got like a fever of 102. So sorry.
But then the joke's on them. They get a helicopter ride, and then they get to decide whether they want to look for the immunity idol or spend time building the shelter. We saw both options.
Right. Yeah, it was kind of fun. We got both decisions made, and Sierra seems to be rubs shoulders the right way because she builds a shelter, and people seem to really like that. And then Sandy didn't, and people seem to not like that so much. Yeah. But they didn't seem to hold it so much against her because they held it instead against Carolina here, who was being a bossy boots.
Shouldn't have said anything. She just kept quiet.
Yeah. Sandy... as one of the boys said, she can make her own, she can do all those damn projects by herself. She can get her ass up there and do it herself. And I was like, okay.
And Sandy did not know what a pace was, so was not able to find an idol.
Totally stymied by 10 paces.
Yeah, tough.
Towards the lone palm tree, and she didn't know where the lone palm tree is, nor did she know what 10 paces meant.
So wait for the pace gods to show up on that one.
Which is, I'm sorry, but like I've known what paces are probably since I was like 7 or earlier, so I don't know. I don't know how you don't know that, but
I would have loved if she just tried to bring it up in casual conversation, like. Yeah, while we're talking, amazing. Guys, like, what do you guys think about paces? Like, what's the deal with those? Like about how big are they, or like, type
pros, cons? What are they exactly?
Pros, cons. Like, if I were to take a pace, like, you just like demonstrate it. Like, what's a pace even to you? Like, I know it's subjective, right? so
no, like the pacers, but what is a pace?
Right? Like, we all don't know what a pace is, right?
Like, where are they pacing? They're pacers. They're pacing somewhere. What does it mean to pace?
And then they just show her. She show her
like,
paces.
They just walk. And they just show her like.
She's like, "All right, I'll be right back." Where's she go? I think she's pacing back and forth.
She's pacing down there. She's doing paces. Yeah, so that's kind of crazy. I've never seen that in my life. Somebody that didn't know what a pace was.
I don't think the producers expected to stump her either. You know?
No, I don't think so at all. I think they were like, "Yeah, this is basic piratey type language."
They were hoping like, "Oh, well, she's the odds-on favorite to be voted out first, so if she gets an idol, it'll be interesting."
It's also military because paces would be like doing your paces.
Jerry's on the other tribe, I think.
Yeah, Jerry
would have known.
Done it. He would have known immediately. Be like, "Oh, I know all about this.
I know about paces."
Yeah, yeah. Jerry's a pace expert. He's one of the pace gods, in fact.
Yeah, I do like that Carolina. It's so funny in conversation with Sandy. She was saying she felt bad about voting for her in the beginning and everything. And then she says, "I just wish we didn't lose, so you didn't have to go home." It's already counted her out. She's done.
Yeah, it's just like, wow, okay. That was...
Meanwhile, it was unanimous against her.
Yeah.
I was also thinking with the Sandy.
We have all these projects. That we're not getting done, guys.
Too many.
25 projects. We're 2% in through half of them.
I was thinking with the whole Sandy and Sierra vote thing in the beginning, it's like we couldn't have gotten the same courtesy for Jonathan and Wanda back in Palau. No, they just left. No. They're just gone out.
Nah, get her ass out of there. That's all.
They learned from that. They did try to like scare everybody to like some PTSD for a second. Oh God.
Pretty much, yeah.
But it wouldn't have made sense because they have 16 people this time, and you got to go down to 14 immediately.
Right. It wouldn't have made sense. Well, see, that's why it was sort of a joke, but I actually think it would be kind of an interesting thing to be like, now you're going to form your own tribe and poach some people off each tribe. Like, that'd be kind of...
No, just 2 people in the tribe.
Yeah. Or just 2 people in the tribe? That could be interesting. Yeah, they're like arbiters of fate, basically. They determine... They give like an advantage and a disadvantage to... They choose for each team. Yeah.
So, cool. This 4-hour trek and everything. People carrying watermelons, And it was fun. They kind of came in on the back of a truck, and we were
Yeah.
getting mixing confessionals of people's first impressions, or the one.
So
Well, who was it that said good things about Tyson? She's like, "Oh, seems like a good vibe," and then he
oh, it
said
was
the opposite.
it was Aaron
Aaron,
with two N's. She's like,
yeah,
I'm getting a really good vibe of him. I think he's cool. And he's like, she's kind of a bitch.
yeah,
Like, it's like, whoa, coming out strong there, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just getting like a bitch vibe from her. He said something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's fun.
So who do you get a
Um,
strong? We talk about bad first impressions with Sandy, like really bad
yeah,
performance from Sandy coming into the right out of the gate, like being old. That was really kind of a
yeah.
bad choice on her
That
end.
I thought that was insane. I couldn't believe he said that. And then he went back around and was playing the other angle of it too,
It's
where he was
objectively
like,
bad
"Are
strategy
you
to
kidding me?
come in the game old.
Old? Yeah, how dare you?
It's
How
bad.
dare you be
It's a
old? It's just
disadvantage.
bad. Just bad luck right there.
You should have
Boom,
gotten
boom,
on
boom,
the
boom.
show earlier.
Yeah, maybe like I don't know. Try 5 years ago. Why didn't you come
Should have
on
been
then?
there on Borneo. You would have been
Yeah,
real. You would have been in your prime.
yeah.
It's crazy. But
Um,
who do you get a strong impression from this first episode?
boy. Okay, so
Standouts.
I mean, Sandy herself she's a strong presence already.
Mm-hmm.
She reminds me of some of the older. I don't know if she's married or not, but she reminds me a little bit of the older spunky single women that I know, like whose houses I service sometimes. She's just very like very much a straight shooter. She'll just say whatever it is, and she'll
Yep.
be kind of weird. She's kind of weird and a little unhinged, but her heart's in the right place, and you just don't want to piss her off. But she's kind of funny and endearing and scary.
And we already saw in
So
that clip from the next episode. She's like, got someone going like this in the
yeah.
challenge. By the way, that preview is so
So
wild. It was like
that was one of
it's
the
like
most
we're
insane
setting up
previews
like
they've ever had.
a sports drama movie like trailer. It's
Yeah.
like the
They
shot
did like a freeze frame. Yeah, they did like a freeze frame on the shot.
the shot could change
Like
everything. What's
yeah, it should
happening?
change everything. Yeah, it's like is that the
It's
game
like
will
if
change
you land
forever?
this
Like,
shot, the game is just changed fundamentally.
the game will change forever.
Like, is it just the challenge? It's like if they did this, they win the challenge. Like, it's pretty.
Maybe
Really,
I don't know. You got one shot,
really played
and
that up.
I'm not throwing away my shot.
But that looked cool though. It was like downpouring and like in the water,
Downpouring
wrestling.
people. It looked like one of them was holding the other person by their bra and the other one just trying to like hold their top up. And I was like,
Yeah,
wow, there's a lot going on
a lot
there.
going on.
It's,
But so
yeah.
Sandy, strong first
Sandy's
impression.
a strong impression. I would say, I mean Tyson. Tyson's kind of
Yeah.
a interesting already. I mean, he's stripped down naked. He's like, I'm not your average Mormon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little more free spirited. He strips down. He's getting water.
He's got like a
Um,
dry humor about him
yeah.
for sure.
So and that's always kind of fun. And you mentioned him earlier. We didn't get a whole lot from him. The military guy. What was his name?
Jerry.
Jerry. Jerry. I hope we get some good Jerry. I got some
Some
good
good
vibes from
Jerry.
Jerry.
Yeah.
I get good vibes from Jerry. And then the kind of nerdy computer science guy. I liked him too.
Steven.
Steven,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone else?
So, I mean, I would have said Carolina. She left a strong impression. She was
Mhm.
she was funny. Taj also.
Mm-hmm.
Taj given some strong impressions. She's definitely like setting up as kind of a leader in an interesting way. Because he was like, oh, the people on the outs are leading the way, and it's like, yeah, they kind of are. And then except Taj was like the one being like at the end, she was like, all right, let's go, we got this. And then I was like, okay, she's kind of not Sydney, but Sandy's definitely leading the way. But I'd say Taj is doing the same thing. So
Yeah.
I think that's about it. I mean, it's just kind of mass of white men on that one tribe, and I'm just like,
what about
I don't
now? What about
remember
the
their
very
names.
interesting confessional we got early on in the episode
Okay.
for an individual named Coach? What about
Oh,
that? You forgot about him.
okay. Yeah, no. Well, there was a lot that happened in this episode.
It went
Coach who
early on, and
introduced,
then it was
yeah, and he was basically disappeared from the episode, but he introduced himself as a Renaissance man,
yeah.
and I was like, damn, this guy. I was like, first of all, I was like, no, you don't introduce yourself like that. And he's like, yeah, so I like coach and do this, and then I also like I do like some composing and I conduct for the symphony orchestra. And I was like, what the hell is this guy? Who is this man? Where did you come from? And I was like, what? Yeah, so okay, strong impression from him for sure. And his name is Coach. That's all we got from him. It's just Coach.
Yeah.
Yeah,
strong look on him too. He's got
very strong look. Yeah.
Yeah, so a bunch of fun people were introduced here.
Interesting people. We'll just have to see how it all
goes.
How it all pans out. We'll see if Sandy can figure out what 10 paces are,
or even a single pace,
or a single pace at that point.
That's their mission now.
Yeah,
I feel like I could figure that out. Like, if you don't know what it is. Literally, it's that important. I would just bring it up in conversation. No one's gonna think anything of it.
Yeah,
just weird. It's just weird, but
yeah,
be like,
it's a weird thing to just ask somebody outright. Like, you know what paces are?
Be like, I was thinking of this old thing where they were like, take 10 paces here, take 10 paces there. Like, is this like 10 paces? How does this look? You know,
maybe she could bring it up because they're playing like a semi basketball game in the next episode. Maybe she'd be like, the Pacers. Do you know what a pace is? What are paces? What is paces?
It's funny, yeah. Now that you mentioned, none of us know what a pace is, right? Not a single one. Like, you couldn't like this or
like that big, this long.
Yeah.
10 paces. So if I like laid it down, can I measure that and like take that? Hold on, I'll be right back.
Do you have an MVP for the episode?
I think you gotta give it to Sandy. There's just a lot of the episode is just with her, really.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just resulted in this whole goofy conversation that we've been having.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of early good, strong impressions. I think she's sort of the MVP because she does leave a very strong initial impression. She has the like it's me against the tribe thing. That's like her whole attitude, and then it seemingly doesn't seem to harm her because her younger, more boisterous, bossy Boots tribe mate is the one that goes home instead. So
she's older and wiser. She knew not to give opinions on the amount of projects.
Right. We got like 55 projects that we're doing. What's going on here? I like how Taj is like, yo, maybe don't say that. Maybe ease up.
Yeah, and Caroline is like, yeah, I agree. You're right.
I agree. No, I agree. I'm a crazy. I'm out there.
Crazy. They just threw her out like that. Yeah. Like, she seems so agreeable, you know? Like,
yeah. You could probably tell her like straight to her face, like, hey, like, tell her to do her own damn projects. Be like, you're right. Like, yeah.
You should. Be like, your personality sucks and you suck. I agree. I mean,
I agree. Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm a bossy Boots. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I got little cowboy boots on. Is it her that had the cowboy boots?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she really did live up to that title I've given her. So.
Yeah. I mean, like, his whole first impression thing, I don't think was as compelling as what they were going for. No. It was like the old lady and the sick young girl.
I love how he then turned it around. Even it's like, you got to think about, you know, what you did as a first impression, what you can change.
Cindy was smiling because she realized I'm not just going home and everything. She's
right.
Like,
he's like,
I wouldn't be smiling if I were you because like something you fucked this up. You fucked this whole
you can't be smiling. You can't be smiling. You got to think about what you did wrong and what you got to fix.
Yeah, think about what you did on the helicopter ride. Think about how old you are.
You got to think about what you got to do to get in the good graces of your tribe. And then at tribal council, he's like, "Is it really fair that you get rid of her because she's old?"
Fair. Just like, she's old, right? Like, this
yeah,
is
yeah. Like, damn, Jeff, you spitting bars right now.
Jeff gets on one sometimes, and he just
he does
for it.
He does for sure. Oh boy!
Thanks for watching with us, everybody.
Yeah, it was good. Good first episode. I mean, lots of laughs, lots of fun.
Yeah. Subscribe to the channel for more Survivor every week, as well as a variety of other content. All right. If you enjoyed this video, why don't you go check out our review of Peter Pan and Wendy. Check it out.
Well, hey, cinematography in that, maybe not the best, but it does have some pretty nice landscape shots, I guess. And this, however, this episode, that was one last thing I wanted to say. They keep upping their game, the visual game. There's some of the amazing shots, like them coming over the mountain and there just being this field, like the pan up. It just looked awesome. Like the helicopter shot coming up over sort of that hilltop is cool. And then the one where it's like they showed them walking, and then there's this huge, like the fast, the fast frame or whatever you want to call it, where it like speeds up and like zooms in on the other tribe. It's so cool. Like they're doing some really great stuff. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And leave a comment below letting us know your thoughts. As always, anything spoilery, Alec won't see it until it's relevant to talk about it. I always share as much as I can, and I'll read every comment as well. So, all right, until next time.
Alrighty.